living legend, living legend, living legend, living legend, living legend, living legend, living.
Watch me blow the top off of mics. When I rock it don't stop, like the burning sensation. When I drop off this mic, can't stop this for life. The rapping that is, if I came whack, it would hurt me more than it ever hurt y'all. Like when parents slap their kids.
What's going on, peeps? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a post-fight to the bout between Froch and Andre Ward. I had Andre Ward win the fight decisively. I pretty much had, I had like 117, 110 or something like that. But 115, 113 was way too generous for Froch in this fight. He was simply outclassed in this fight. Just look at the first and opening round. You saw that Andre Ward, pretty much starting in the second round, really, you just saw that Andre Ward just had a lot more in the tank compared to Froch. What Froch did pretty much in this fight was, he did throw a lot of punches. He threw a lot of arm punches that were wide, and in between those arm punches, Andre Ward was landing with the left hook. That was pretty much the story of this fight, was the left hook of Andre Ward, which is what he started to land, which is what he landed mostly in the fight, jabs and left hooks. And on the inside, just landed very short hooks. And the short punches actually did more damage than what Froch was throwing, because what Froch was doing was he was winding up on a lot of his punches. And in between the shots that he was winding up with, he's getting caught with the left hook. And in the early goings of the fight, Andre Ward's on the outside. He's stepping out of range. He's using the jab. He's countering with the left hook. He's leading in with the left hook. He's not throwing too many lead right hands. Not until like maybe the 8th or 9th round he began throwing the lead right hand. But he's just dictating the pace of the fight. He's moving around. He's moving around the ring using his legs a lot. And he's beating Froch to the position. And that's pretty much why Ward was able to land on him, because if you look at a lot of those punches that were landing on Froch was getting in the position and Ward's landing on him. And that's what happens when you have kind of a wide base, a wide controlled base to how you're standing, or a wide stance, excuse me, because when you have a wide stance, you're going to get into the position much better than a fighter that doesn't have the stance that's just as wide, where the feet are just, very close together. If you have a wide stance, you're going to get to that position much earlier than the fighter that has their feet very close together. So Ward continued to beat him with the left hook, lead left hook, countered him with the left hook, shorten up his punches on the inside, landed a few straight rights, landed a few lead rights, and just out-jabbed him, outworked him in these rounds. And Froch was fighting back. That's what you have to give to him. He was getting hit, but he was fighting back. He was fighting off the ropes, which is what a lot of opponents that Ward's had in the past, they don't do. They don't fight off the ropes. And Froch was throwing punches off the ropes. But just overall, I think that Ward was too much for him. It was the movement, beating him to position, the hand speed, and just overall intellect and skill is what did it for Andre Ward in this fight. So, of course, you saw my if you're looking at this video now, you did see my subtitle where I said that let's see what Butte is made of. And I don't think that Butte is going to fight Ward right away. I think that Ward's mandatory is actually Anthony Durrell. So let's hope we see this fight like in probably next spring. And after we see this fight, let's hope for Butte by this time next year, which is going to be a great fight to make. To be honest with you, I think that according to the news that I've read, I think that Butte is going to fight Froch next. And I think Froch, pretty much, being that he was a finalist in this tournament full of talent and holding key victories over great fighters and having, great fights, I think he does deserve to fight with Lucian Butte. Butte's in the media saying that it's personal, this, that, and the third. So I think that Butte and Froch are gonna fight next. They both have had exposure on Showtime, so I think that's gonna be Froch's next fight. Ward, I'm sure, is gonna be fighting Anthony Durrell, being that he's WBC mandatory, I believe. So he's gonna fight Anthony Durrell. Froch is probably gonna fight Butte, and unless Ward decides to drop the belt and fight Butte right away, we'll see what happens. But overall, great victory for Andre Ward, winner of the Super 6 after 2 years of fighting just top-level talent. I think he does deserve to be in that top 3 on the pound-for-pound list just because of the talent that he's faced over the last couple years. So I think he does deserve to be a top 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And he got the world coming to him. You know, like I said, Butte coming up later. Maybe a rematch with Kessler. If Kessler can beat Robert Stiglitz sometime next year, and he has all the belts if he doesn't drop, you know, because IBF and WBC can be very strict with the mandatory fights. So more than likely we're going to see another WBA belt possibly, and he's the quote unquote super champion. But anyway, peeps, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the night. I'm out of here. The Distance. Get at me. Peace.
Threesomes with a fucking triceratops. Reptard, rapping as I'm mocking deaf rock stars. Wearing synthetic wigs made of anwars, dreadlocks, bedrock, harder than a motherfucking Flintstone.